Jai Sai Ram. We will now continue with chapter 27. Dikshit's Vitthal Vision. One day, while Kaka Sahib Dikshit was meditating after a morning bath in his vada at Shirdi, he saw a vision of Vitthal. When he went to see Baba afterwards, Baba asked him, "Did Vitthal Patil come? Did you not see him? He is very elusive. Hold him fast. Otherwise, he will give you the slip and run away." Then at noon, a hawker came to sell pictures of Vitthal. Mr. Dikshit was surprised to see that the form of Vitthal he saw in his vision was exactly matched by the picture, and he was also reminded of Baba's words. He brought the picture willingly and kept it in his shrine for worship. Gita Rahasya. Baba always loved and encouraged those who studied Brahma Vidya, which is metaphysics. Bapu Sahib Jog once received a parcel via post. It contained a copy of the Gita Rahasya by Lokmanya Tilak. Carrying it under his armpit, he came to the masjid and prostrated himself before Baba. The parcel accidentally fell at Baba's feet. Baba asked him what it was. It was opened, and the book was placed in Baba's hands. He paged through the book casually for a few minutes and took a rupee from his pocket, placed it on the book, and handed both to Jog and said to him, "Read this in its entirety, and you will benefit greatly." In case people need to be reminded, Lokmanya Tilak was a great freedom fighter and social reformer. It is important and wise to note that activists, revolutionaries also believed in metaphysics, were students of it. The next story is Mr. and Mrs. Kaparde. Dada Sahib Kaparde once came with his family and lived in Shirdi for a few months. Dada Sahib was not an ordinary man. He was the richest and most famous advocate in Amravati and was a member of the Council of State in Delhi. He was a very intelligent and good speaker, yet he dared not open his mouth before Baba. Most devotees spoke and argued with Baba, but only three of them, Khaparde, Nulkar, and Bhuti, always kept quiet. They were meek, modest, humble, and good natured. Dada Sahib, who could expound the Panchdashi to others, said nothing when he came to the masjid and was before Baba. In reality, a man, however learned he may be, fades away before one who has realized the Brahman and become one with it. Learning cannot shine before self realization. Dada Sahib stayed for 4 months, but Mrs. Kaparde stayed for 7. Both were highly pleased with their Shirdi stay. Mrs. Kaparde was faithful and devout and loved Baba deeply. Every noon, she brought Navedya to the masjid, and after it was accepted by Baba, she used to return and have her meals. Seeing her steady and firm devotion, Baba wanted to acknowledge it in front of everyone. One day, she brought a dish containing sanza, puri, rice, soup, kheer, and a few other items to the masjid. Baba, who usually waited for hours before eating anything, immediately got up, went up to his dining seat, and removing the outer cover from the dish, began to partake of the food zealously. Shama then asked him, "Why this partiality? You throw away the dishes others bring and do not care to look at them. But this you draw to you earnestly and do justice to it. Why is the dish of this woman so sweet? This is a problem for us." Baba then explained, "The food is really extraordinary. In a former birth, this lady was a merchant's fat cow that yielded a lot of milk. Then she passed on and took birth in a gardener's family, then a Kshatriya family, and then married a merchant. Later, she was reborn in a Brahmin family. I am meeting her after a very long time. So let me take some sweet morsels of love from her dish." Saying this, Baba did full justice to her dish, washed his mouth and hands, belched as a mark of satisfaction, and resumed his seat. Then she bowed before Baba and began to shampoo Baba's legs. And Baba began to talk to her and knead her arms, which were shampooing his legs. On seeing this reciprocal service, Shama began to joke and said, "It is going on well. It is a wonderful sight to see God and his devotees serving each other." Pleased with her sincere service, Baba asked her in a low and fascinating tone to constantly chant the words, "Raja Ram, Raja Ram." And then Baba said, "If you do this, your life's object will be gained, your mind will attain peace, and you will benefit immensely." To persons unfamiliar with spiritual matters, this might appear to be an affair, but that was not so. It is a case of what is technically called Shaktipat, the transference of power from the Guru to the disciple. How forcible and effective were Baba's words! In an instant, they pierced her heart and found a place there. This illustrates the nature of the relations that should exist between the Guru and the disciple. Both should love and serve each other as one. There is no distinction or difference between them. Both are one and the same, and one cannot live without the other. The disciple placing his head on the Guru's feet is an outward vision. In reality, they are both one and the same. Those who see any difference between them are yet unripe and not perfect. Bow to Sri Sai, peace be to all. For those who do not know, Shaktipat is basically an initiation. You might have seen online videos, etc., of gurus giving Shaktipat by pressing their thumb against a person's forehead or third eye. Usually, a Shaktipat involves sadhana, meditation, hatha yoga, kundalini, sadhana, etc. But here, Baba gives it to this lady because her heart was pure. She brought him food with love, and he could understand things about her that lay people might not. He saw something in her and knew that she was ready for this, and he gave her Nam Japa. And a lot of times, gurus are expected to give complicated mantras, but he just gave her the name of Raja Ram, which might seem simple, but perhaps holds the power to liberate, transform, and only Sai knows what all. We will start chapter 28 in the next video. Jai Sai Ram.